And welcome into the Tyus Bowser Show. We are live at Guilford Hall Brewery in Station North.
There we go. That's more like it. That's more like it.
Before the show, I kept asking for it. All we had to do was say the show started. And
it was dead, man.
Right? Rita and Glenn with you alongside the host of your program. Please make some noise again for Mr. Tyus Bowser. It's good to see you, buddy. It's been a little while.
It's been a little while.
Good to be back together.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming out. The Tyus Bowser Show, of course, is brought to you by our great partners like Maryland Vascular Specialists and the Ginsu Kamado Grill. Reserve your Ginsu Kamado Grill, the perfect ceramic tailgate or home grill for searing, grilling, baking, and smoking all kinds of food. Get $100 off on your pre-order by using the promo code TAILGATE. Tyus, before we get to your guest, do we have to, do something? Do we have to personally, Rita and I, drive out to Cincinnati and take care of Jackson Carmen? What do we need to do about that? Do we have to...
Because you know I will.
Right,
I know
understand.
you will. I know you will.
All right.
We're your guys. We got this.
Yeah. Nah, man. Nah, I knew what he was on, and I just let him have it, you know what I'm saying?
What was he on? What exactly? Tell me what he was on.
I mean, when you don't get too many snaps, you got to make the most of them. So... For me, I knew what he was doing because I want to say a few plays before he shoved me in the back after the play, so I was like, okay, I know what he on. And then I seen Joe Burrow throw the ball away, and I'm like, okay, we good, but he kept going. I'm like, in that whole moment, I'm like, I know what he's on. So I'm like, I'm going to just chunk him down on the floor, and then we'll just kind of go from there. But
well, clearly your teammates had your back.
Oh, yeah, they had
I was
my
all
back.
the way in Baltimore, but I had your back too.
Yeah.
So I just want you to know
I'm sure you
that.
was all over the screen.
You know
You
I
have
was.
no idea.
Yelling.
You have no clue. She's ready.
to go.
She is ready to fight. To fight that man.
Yeah,
and by the
man.
way, she'd take him.
Oh, I'm sure she can. I'm sure she can, but
She'd
nah.
take him.
He was. I don't know what he was on, but it is what it is. We'll see him again.
We don't have to worry too much about.
Nah.
All right.
we good.
Because
We
I just want you to know we're ready.
Oh, I already know.
We're all ready, right?
You got
We're
my back.
really. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, you brought another great guest out tonight. Let's introduce the man to your left.
Shoot, out of Notre Dame, man. This guy's our first round pick. A guy who's really showing himself and is definitely going to flourish in this league for this team, man. And excited to have him here, man. That's Kyle Hamilton.
I appreciate that.
Kyle, thank you so much for coming out, man. It's great to see you. Dude, I know that adjusting to the NFL, it can sometimes take a little bit. I think it took you all of 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden you were just a freaking superstar in this league, man. How did it happen so quickly for you that you were just so comfortable in your own skin and playing against this level of competition?
I think it definitely helped me at the beginning of the season when I wasn't playing so well. I definitely had
I was gonna leave that part out.
No,
I was cool with
you got to. I mean, everybody who watched the game probably knew that. And I think it was Miami game. I was probably one of the worst games I've played. Just had mental lapse and stuff like that. And that's when it definitely clicked in my head, this isn't college, this isn't high school anymore. You got to do more, ask more questions, just be more in tune on the game plan, everything. And then my outlook from then on kind of changed a little bit. And week by week, still wasn't perfect, still not perfect now, but I'm just stacking games.
pretty close.
We always hear about the how the speed of the game changes when you get to the pros.
Right.
Was that something that took a minute for you to adjust to, and then you got the ball rolling, or do you just think it was more of some mental errors?
I think it was a little bit of both. I mean, the NFL playbook, especially Ravens' defensive playbook, is a lot deeper than a lot of other playbooks out there. And physically, speed of the game, like I said, Miami's got two of the fastest dudes in the league. So, I mean, it's definitely hard to adjust when your second game, Tyreek Hill's sprinting at you straight forward ahead. So, I mean, it was a learning experience, but I feel like I've moved on and I've grown since the beginning.
So Tyus is not the petty type. Are you the type that, went back, remembered things that people had said about you during those first couple weeks of the season and felt the need to maybe remind them a little bit? Are you the type?
I mean, I see some of the stuff, but I try not to be on Twitter and stuff like that, and try not to respond, because at the end of the day, that's what critics want out of you, just you to respond and acknowledge them. So I don't give them the satisfaction of doing that. Just kind of try to do my own thing.
You're definitely, Tyus, like, we know you as being the uber professional. Was there ever a time in your life where you were a little bit pettier, Tyus? Like, was there ever a time in your life where you might have been that guy that was aware of what people were saying about you and willing to go after him a little bit?
A little bit. I mean, we're all human. You know, when you always hear people talking, you know, that's always in the back of your mind. And I feel like that's just been me ever since I got here. You know, people doubt me, oh, he's not a starter, oh, he's a 6th round, 7th round pick, free agent guy. He ain't gonna last in this league. You know, you hear that type of stuff, but all of that just motivates me. And you just find ways to kind of motivate yourself. And, you know, I find those little things along with, like, people who support me, like everyone that's here today, my family, that, you know, wants to see me thrive and wants to see me do well. And that's what helped me go out each and every Sunday to go out there and play my best.
It's been all right. It's been all right. It is the Tyus Bowser Show, Press Box and 105.7 The Fan from Guilford Hall Brewery here in Station North, which is not only a brewery, but also a full-service restaurant and event venue. Guilford is excited to announce that their new whiskey bar with handcrafted cocktails and Spanish tapas will be opening soon. Wow, I'm excited for that. Their Crown Hall space, where we are currently located, right on the top, it can accommodate weddings, mitzvahs, company gatherings, so much more. Guilford launched their monthly Stein Club with their first beer pairing dinner last week. Benefits of the club include an engraved Stein happy hour all the time, 15% off merch, 25% off kegs, and more. Find out more at guilfordhall.com. Rita is literally going to sign up for all of that immediately because if you don't know, Rita is a regular at Guilford Hall.
Just the whiskey.
Just the whiskey.
Just
That's the part.
Kyle was telling us before we started the show, you told us, you know, when you got your first drink, was it at a bar?
Nah, I turned 21 this year, March 16th, and I went to a gas station.
You went to a gas station?
I went to a gas station and bought like a beer. My first alcoholic purchase as a 21-year-old with
Wait
my
a
real
second.
ID.
What gas station just sells like single beer?
Shoot, it was in Georgia somewhere. I just bought I don't even know what it was. Probably like a little 12-ounce Bud Light, but it felt good to buy a
Please
beer.
tell me, were you with friends at least? Like,
Nah, yeah, I was with friends. I was with
Okay.
friends. They wanted to go with me for my first alcoholic purchase.
But they didn't want to take you to like a nice establishment.
I'm low maintenance, so I just needed to get it, just whatever they had.
Did you drink the beer? Do you even remember drinking it?
I don't even think I think I just wanted to buy it.
Okay.
I don't even think I drank it.
For novelty purposes.
Yeah,
I got
exactly.
You.
It's about exercising the right you now have to do so. Like, I
Right,
understand that.
I'm with that.
A better place to celebrate your 21st birthday would be right here at Guilford Hall Brewery in Station North.
Definitely would.
For the whiskey.
Yeah, correct. Great beer selection, too. All right, so we started talking about Jackson Carman, but just in general, Sunday, it seemed a little, I don't know, chippy. Seemed a little like there was something going on there. You and I, we talked earlier this year about like the Bengals becoming more of a rival in recent seasons and there being a little bit more there. Were you feeling like a little bit of something, not just from, you know, Jackson Carman, but like in general, that there was just a little bit more, I don't know, there on Sunday?
Yeah, I feel like kind of with the whole situation with the AFC North thing, and there was a little talk outside of that as well that we noticed, and we kind of just wanted to kind of send a message to let them know that we're gonna come with it this upcoming Sunday. So it got a little chippy, but I feel like that's just part of the game, and you know, you got two high competitors who wants to win, who wants to do great, and you know, it's gonna come moments when you get a little chippy, you're gonna get at each other's faces, and that's what make the game great.
With that in mind, I know you didn't win this one.
Yeah.
But do you feel like the message was sent based on particularly how you guys played on that side of the ball going into this playoff rematch?
I feel like for us as a defense, as a team, we know where we at. We know where we at against them, and we're confident. We're feeling good about it, and we're looking forward to this Sunday. You know, actually playing for, you know, all of it, for it all. You know, when you're in playoffs, this is where it matters because, you know, it's do or die. So these guys are locked in. They excited, man. They looking forward to this Sunday playing again in Cincinnati.
Kyle, obviously this is your first season in the league, right? Like getting a taste of this stuff. You know, obviously everybody talks about Ravens Steelers, but now Ravens Bengals. Like, you know, at Notre Dame, I feel like you're rivals with everybody. I feel like that's typically the way that it works in college. But
Oh, too, right? Like you had the opportunity of getting both sides. You won one game at home, and then you lost one away. So, do you feel comfortable yet in this rivalry? And then you got to turn around and play them all over again.
Yeah, I feel like games like last week, where it's like a lot of trash talk going back and forth. I feel like that gets you more immersed in the rivalry and like makes you feel like you're more of a part of it. Because early in the season, like I felt like I didn't have time to trash talk. Like, I was too worried about what I was doing. Like I didn't want to take myself off my
wait,
game.
are you a trash talker?
Nah, not really. I talk if somebody talks to me, but I try to stay focused at the task at hand.
Is he telling the truth, Tyus?
I think he is.
All right.
I think he is.
But I think games like Sunday, you got to appreciate because I don't know if you feel the same way about this, but coming from college, I feel like dudes talk more in college than the league because I feel like when you're out there playing, it kind of feels more like I'm trying to get my job done kind of thing. I feel like in college there's more surrounding like theatrics going on. Mm-hmm. But I mean, a game like Sunday just felt like old school football and you know, in between plays, this and that said, and makes you get more into the game. And I feel like that was kind of needed.
Is there some like actual bad blood at this point? Like, is there?
Probably, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it feels weird, right? Because we're used to seeing the Ravens being the team that feels like the confident, I don't want to use the term bullies, but I feel like now the Bengals are the ones that's using a lot of words, and nothing has come from you guys. I haven't heard anything. You know, they're on record saying, "Oh, I just felt like there was some cheap shots going on, and you know, we're upset about this coin flip." And meanwhile, we heard nothing from your side. Is that purposely? Like, are you just saying like, "Look, we're going to do our business. All that trash talking is irrelevant at the end of the day"?
I mean, for us as a team, man, we really just want to go out there and play football. I guess us as an organization, we don't put ourselves in that situation of, you know, having words affect different type of stuff. We let our play do the affecting, you know. So with whatever's going on, I mean, they can say what they want to say, and if that's them, that's them. But for us, we just gonna keep quiet and we're gonna let our past do the talking.
Do you let any of it come out during the dudes coming at you taking cheap shots, something like that? Do you let any of that?
Nah.
You're totally.
Because I mean, I feel like I'm in year 6. I didn't seen it all at this point, and I know when somebody is doing something. I'm like, okay, I see what he's on. Like I said with the guy this past week, he shoved me in my back, and I'm like, nobody else ain't did that. Everybody playing football, you might work a little bit after the whistle, but after that, like, we're going in our huddle and it's the next snap. But you got a guy who comes in, you finish the play, you're literally away from the play, and you just running back in the huddle and he's shoving you in your back. It's like, okay, I see what he's on, you know, and then now you pretty much got like a red dot on this guy, so now you know to come with it next time you see him.
Is there ever like a condescending laugh that you give in that moment? Like,
no,
okay.
It's more, well, a little bit. A little bit. It's normally in my mind, you know, or I'll just be like, okay, I see how it is, or, oh, that's what you on. So then now I got to match that energy.
I appreciate that. I also like how that you kind of admitted it's a little bit more fun, right?
Yeah, it
like,
is. It is. It's definitely fun, man. I mean, this game is just cool to be around because you got all different types of personalities, different types of players, and they play all differently. So it's cool to be a part of that. And like I said, it's a kid's game, man. You want to come out here and compete against each other and try to be the best, and that's what makes it fun.
Kyle, there's a lot of dudes that entered this league this year that are sitting at home watching football this week. What does it mean to you to be in a place to start your career where you get to play in the playoffs already?
Yeah, I mean, it's a privilege, honestly, because, I mean, we see how easy it is to be in the playoff picture and then right out at the same time. I think, like, the Dolphins were pretty much guaranteed to go to playoffs a few weeks ago, and they just snuck in with the win. So you never take anything for granted. One thing I've learned about this league is every single game is going to be a good game. I don't think we haven't blown anybody out, nor had a blowout this year, have been blown out this year. So you're going to be playing until the clock in the fourth quarter hits zeros, and I think it just goes to show the talent in the league and how blessed we are and lucky we are to be in a position to go win a Super Bowl.
It's awesome.
I low-key want to shout out the Dolphins for not allowing the Steelers to the playoffs.
Yeah, shout out to them, man.
It's always a good day when your division rival doesn't make it to the dance.
I think we can all get behind that for sure. All right, one more on Cincinnati, and then we move forward, right? The weirdness of playing a team in back-to-back weeks.
Yes.
Like, how much do you guys think about that going in? We know not everybody was playing on Sunday. We know there was stuff going on there. But, like, is it a little odd to be doing that, turning around playing the same team? Are there things that you don't want to do in the first game because you think you might be playing them in the second game?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's all schematic, man. Especially like this week where we know we're going to play them again. It's like, why are we throwing everything out for them to see when we're going to see them again when this game really doesn't matter?
Yeah, the next one really matters.
Exactly. So, I mean, I don't know, man. But for us, we just go out there and play football, and, you know, whoever we play next is who we play next, and we got to be prepared regardless. If we play, you know, them again, we play them again, and then we play them the next week. We got to be ready.
I don't know how that scenario
I don't know how that would work too, but
I have no idea.
It's been crazy. This NFL schedule is different. But.
Hey, I saw you playing catch before the game with our guy Trippy, who's out here tonight.
Yeah.
I saw Trippy made it. I think a couple times this year you've managed to find Trippy in the crowd to throw the football a little bit.
He's loyal. I appreciate that, man. I see him in all different types of places. He's like a sore thumb. He's very noticeable, and he gonna be right there. So I really appreciate that.
Do you guys like that when you go on the road and you see familiar faces like Trippy or other guys? Does it make you feel like, okay, they representing here, they're with us? Does that feel good?
Yeah, it feels good, man.
Okay.
It lets you know that you have some loyal fans out here who, ride or die for you, regardless if you winning or losing, and they be out in the cold, in the rain, wherever it may be. Like, you got loyal fans out here, so that means a lot.
Love that, man. I love that. All right, make some noise one more time. Tyus Bowser, Kyle Hamilton are out here with us. Hey, you can cash in on the Ravens-Bengals primetime wildcard game. Go to PressBoxOnline.com/offers. Sign up and bet $20 with Caesars Sportsbook and automatically get $100 in additional free bets. Just bet $20 and get another $100 to play with. Go to PressBoxOnline.com/offers now to start winning. A couple things that we've seen since the last time that we talked to you. You were showing off your soccer skills. You had some cool cleats. We got stuff we got to deal with you when we come back in. We are live at Guilford Hall Brewery in Station North. Pressbox on 105.7 The Fan. It's the Tyus Bowser Show. Segment number 2 of the Tyus Bowser Show, live from Guilford Hall Brewery in Station North. Rita and Glenn, Tyus and Kyle Hamilton tonight with you. Press Box and 105.7 The Fan. Maryland Vascular Specialists, their team of surgeons is Maryland's leaders in ethical arterial procedures. Thank you to them for making the show possible. Tyus, I just want to take a minute, and we'll do this, and then we'll try to do some more fun, lighthearted stuff. Obviously, it was a scary week last week in the NFL, but it kind of turned into one of the most incredible celebrations that we've seen in the NFL. Can you just kind of take me through what was going on in your mind last Monday as you saw everything unfold and where everybody in this league's hearts were as we had a couple of really scary days when it came to Damar Hamlin?
Yeah, honestly, I was at home. I was really just watching Netflix, going through my shows, and I decided that I was going to watch the game. I was like, oh, we probably going to play one of these teams coming up, playoffs or whatever. So I was like, I might as well watch the game because I normally don't watch other teams play. So I decided to turn it on. And the first thing that came up was the Bills all in the huddle together praying. I was like, hold on, what's going on here? Like, something serious happened? So then I don't think they were showing what happened, so I went to Twitter, of course, and then they pretty much had that as the top headline, and it showed what happened. And then I seen the hit. I wasn't sure, like, what exactly happened, but I seen the way that he got hit, and I was like, oh, it must have been, like, some with his chest or whatever, and then he fell back, and I was like, oh, man, this is serious. So then I know that they had a call or conference call or whatever, and they talked about it, and they told me how really serious it was as far as the procedure and what they did to kind of help him out at that moment. And I was like, man, this is crazy, like, for this to just happen, like, in this moment, this time on national TV. But like you said, when stuff like that happens, you know, it's great to see everyone come together and understand that we are humans, we are people, that this game, that life is more than this game that we play. And just to see the support that he had from everyone around the world, and to see how much money he raised for his foundation, man, it was crazy, man. So it's just great. But for the most part, well, the most important thing is him being healthy, him being able to recover, you know, and that was pretty much the highlight of that entire moment, is just him being able to get the updates of it all, just him being able to move his fingers, being able to talk, being able to breathe better and just recover. And I'm just happy to see that, along with what the NFL is doing with the pray for, you know, Damar and everything like that. So that's great to see.
I mean, we don't know Damar Hamlin at all, right? Like, we had no connection to him. I'm telling you, there were multiple times in the last 5 days where I was straight up in tears. Like, watching the press conference and talking about him, you know, did we win? Like, did you feel any of that, like, kind of almost absurd emotion where, like, this isn't my, you know, guy, this isn't my teammate, but, like, it just felt like the whole world was in an emotional place watching this dude over the last few days.
No, it was tough, man, because, like, right before I went to sleep, they showed the interview with the coaches and everyone. You could just see how heartbroken, just him just breaking down, like, in tears just with what happened. But, you know, God works in great ways, man. And, you know, I pray for him every single day, just like, Lord, just, you know, place his hands on him, just help him recover, just, you know, in the smallest ways. And we was able to see that happen. And you just see, you know, even with TV, you just see how well, you know, God is getting out there as far as everyone praying, everyone just, you know, writing good messages to him, and just all the prayers, man. It just shows you how good God is and just what he's been able to do, not only for him, but for us as a world, just being able to come together as good people to do something for a greater purpose.
Well, there really was a lot of that, right? Like, we fight about everything, man. Like,
the most pettiest stuff that don't even matter, you know, but this man could have lost his life, you know what I'm saying? And there's more important things out here than what this world gives us. And us as people to come together as one to pray for this man, knowing that he's out here, you know, playing for the fans, he's playing for the people who's watching, he's playing for his teammates along with everyone else. And to see him go through that situation, you don't you don't pray on that for no one. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, man. No
just
doubt.
to see him back healthy, man, it's great to see.
Can't say it better. I can't say it better.
My favorite thing is watching him pass on the love, because he created a T-shirt for the doctors at University of Cincinnati at the hospital. So he wants to give money back to the hospital that took care of him, and people have been buying these shirts, and so that is a continuing process of like people just showing love, you know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for the first responders that were there, if it wasn't for the medical professionals that was there, we don't know what would have happened. So I just love that he was like, hey, I know I'm still here, but I want to give it back. I want to pay it forward by doing something for somebody else. And that says a lot about him as a human being. So that was good to see, too.
Definitely.
Either you guys feel like the need to kind of like walk by your own trainers and be like, hey, I want to thank you. We probably don't do that enough. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
absolutely, man. These people is working from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. at night, and people don't notice that. People just move past them and just, get whatever they need and move on. But man, these people really put in the time and effort to make sure that we're healthy so that we can play this game that we all love and enjoy. So, you definitely got to give shout-outs to them, especially, for the Bills trainer who, made moves in that moment.
Yeah.
Where he had probably less than 10 seconds to make a move as this man has lost his life. So to be able to be trained and be ready for this type of moment when what is like 1 in a million chance to ever happen, and you're ready for that moment, that just shows you the type of people that we take for granted. And
Heroes.
we need to show them people love for that.
heroes. I mean, flat out heroes.
Definitely.
And it's time for a lot of us to sign up and go get CPR trained.
Huh.
It's something that
Yeah.
my wife and I had a whole conversation about it. We're gonna do it. Like
Yeah.
it's time for a lot of us to step up as humans and say, what if we're in that spot? We need to
Yeah.
do the same thing and be ready and be
Exactly.
prepared. So we're gonna do that. All right, appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
That's a heavy subject. Appreciate you and your words on that. We are out here at Guilford Hall Brewery. It's the Tyus Bowser Show. It's also brought to you by Grade 8's Memorabilia. Grade 8's is proud to announce they have partnered with Devin Duvernay as an exclusive 2023 charity partner. Devin's going to be out in the community throughout the year, participating in all charity events with Grade 8's. If you or your company would like to partner with Grade 8's and Devin Duvernay, I talk for a living, email Chris, K-R-I-S, at grade8smemorabilia.com. That's grade 8's with the number 8. Kyle, we know you're the son of a basketball player.
That I am, yep.
Was it always football for you, or was it ever like the plan for you to follow in your dad's footsteps?
I've told this story a few times, but growing up, I mean, I'm still pretty lanky now, being in the NFL. Like, you should have seen me in high school. So I was a string bean. It was always basketball, getting up at 6 a.m., getting shots up. My older brother, he hooped at UPenn, so he played in college. My dad played overseas for 15 years. I was born over there because of that. But, yeah, so my mom wanted me to quit football because I had a few basketball options my freshman year, and so I begged her to play my sophomore year, and I said I'd quit after my sophomore year. So sophomore year came and went. I played pretty well, but I was going to go to my head coach and quit in high school. But he'd been there for like 30 years. I was scared to go as a 15-year-old, scared to go up to him and like tell him I'm quitting. So I delayed it, procrastinated for like a week, and within the week I was procrastinating, FAU came to school and offered me for football. And I was like, I thought they were offering me for basketball at first. He was like, no, I'm the football coach. And I was like, oh, I didn't know I was college good. Like, I knew I was good, but I didn't know I was good enough to like play in college for real. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And then Louisville offered me the same week.
There might be something here.
Yeah, so my mom was like, all right, you can keep playing. As long as I don't have to pay for college, you just figured it out. But yeah, it was basketball at the start, but I've always loved football, and basketball kind of became a chore for me, just because I was doing it so much from such a young age that football kind of became my release. And I think that's why I fell in love with it.
You mentioned, your dad played basketball, and he played overseas, and I believe he coaches people as well,
Yeah.
right? So how did he take that when you decided that football was your passion? Because I always feel like parents have this ideal of what they want us to do in their head, and when
Yeah.
we don't do it, it's like, you know what I mean? Was he accepting of you saying, okay, I'm taking football over basketball?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, like I said, my parents were like, whether you're hooping, playing football, you got academic scholarship. As long as I'm not paying for college, I'm cool with it. So, whichever route I needed to go, he was cool with it. I mean, obviously, he'd love to see his son do what he did, but at the same time, I have my own passions, he has his, and he was accepting of that.
Crazy to think about like how close it came though for like none of this happening, right? Like
Right,
you're talking
yeah.
about a matter of days.
Yeah, it's really butterfly effect type
Right?
stuff. Yeah.
Like it is really
Yeah.
wild to think about it. Now we got to get to the important question because Tyus, of course, is a hooper. We've talked about it all year. Has it happened?
Not hard enough to because I mean nobody want to do something dumb and end up getting hurt playing basketball. But we haven't had serious runs yet.
Not yet.
But who would win?
After the Super Bowl, we can get that going.
We'll definitely find out. We'll definitely find that out.
This is we know I've asked this question a lot this year, Tyus. So I'm going to give it to Kyle. If you had to put together a 5 of your teammates, would Tyus be one of the 5?
From what I've seen, yeah. Just from what I've seen and heard, I heard Tyus can go. Put me in there, obviously. I put Tyus in there. Apparently, Dafe can hoop a little bit. He's got size.
Wait a second. Did y'all see Tyus' shrug?
I guess so. I would throw him in there too.
Yeah, I'd throw him in there.
Wait a second. I just saw.
Like you had to be coerced into putting him on your team.
Man, he be saying that he can hoop, but he's just athletic. He's an athletic guy.
That is true.
So that's why I can put him on the team.
That was not convincing, bro. That was not convincing.
I gotta see something. That's all. I gotta see something.
All right. Who else would be in the 5, Kyle?
You gotta throw Calais in there. You just need a big body. He just need to clog at the paint, get rebounds, and kick it out. You don't need to score. We'll handle all of that. I don't know who else can play guard. I don't think there's any real DBs or receivers that can hoop like that.
Really?
Guard. Can you? JK can't hoop.
JK.
JK looked like a basketball.
I heard about Rashad Bateman.
Bate. Yeah, I forgot about Bate.
All right.
Bate can go. Yeah.
All right.
Somebody said Mark
Yeah, Mark
Andrews.
Andrews
Mark
was a
Andrews
hooper.
said he was a
Like he was a
a
legit
hooper?
basketball
Yeah.
player. Absolutely.
I can see that.
He was
All right.
legit.
Then Dolph might not be on the team then.
He might be. He
Just
might
as
be
Tyus
60,
would
he
have
might be
preferred
second up.
anyway. So
I'll throw in Prochet in there too. 'cause
Oh, Pro.
I think.
All right.
Yeah, pro.
All right.
Maybe we do got a good little G League team.
Yeah, we
going
got a
on.
nice
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Not a bad group,
Yeah.
right? You can go run with some guys. Speaking of other sports, Tyus, a couple weeks ago, you were caught at practice kicking around the soccer ball. Now, we talked a lot about soccer over the last couple of seasons. We know you love soccer. Like, do you do this regularly? Do you use juggling as like a regular part of your warm-up routine?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they probably see me on the sidelines or whatever during walkthroughs, and I'm just juggling the ball with my feet. But for the most part, that's kind of like something I like to do to kind of just get away or just kind of burn time just to work on that. So yeah, I do that for fun.
Everybody was really impressed. Do you happen to know like what your personal record is for touches?
No, I don't. But there's been moments where like after walkthroughs, I'll pretty much try to juggle the ball 100 yards. And probably the most I went is probably like 45, 50 yards.
Okay.
Not dropping the ball.
But
so-
you're still trying to build up to.
Yeah, I'm trying to build up
It's
to
like a
that, yeah.
personal goal of
Yeah.
yours. Win the Super Bowl, 100 yards worth of juggling.
Yeah.
In whatever order.
Exactly.
Like, in whatever-
No, we want the Super Bowl first.
Oh,
and
okay.
then, yeah. Super Bowl, and then we got plenty of time to work on that.
Don't worry about the
Yeah,
juggling
exactly.
after that.
Yeah.
Your cleats from New Year's. Did y'all see Tyus's gold cleats?
Oh, I know. I've always wore those gold.
Have you
cleats.
really?
Yeah.
I've never seen these
He wore
before.
those in New Orleans, I think.
Yeah, I
Did
wore,
he?
Yeah.
I ain't worn in New Orleans. No.
Did
No,
you?
that was Houston.
Yeah,
Houston wore them.
But I wore those last year. Like I wore them against Cleveland when I had the tackle. For
I
the
know you're
win.
not going to believe this. I'm not paying 100% attention to your cleats at all times, right?
Of course, which is fine. But that wasn't the first.
All
I
right,
wore
well then,
those plenty of times.
Fine, we'll just move on then. We'll just go on to the
It
next.
ain't like that. Man. I love those cleats
subject.
though. I wear those for special occasions. So.
Where did that
So
come
playoff. I assume if it's special occasions, I assume we will be seeing them on Sunday.
Just might.
Okay.
Have to watch and see.
Do you have special cleats for special occasions other than the gold ones? Like, these are my good playoff cleats. These are my
I
good
actually just
rivalry
ordered,
cleats.
I just ordered a new pair of cleats. They come in tomorrow, so I'm gonna test those out for practice and see how they go.
So they
Okay.
they might replace the gold cleats as the.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right,
we'll see
all
how I'm
right. We'll
feeling.
just have to pay attention. I need somebody. Trippy, you're responsible for finding out. I need you to send us a picture before the game. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Kyle, are you a kicks person? Let me go back this way. Give me you got your first round money, right? Like you got a legit contract.
Got a little son.
Little something.
Yeah.
Was there something that you did for yourself? Like was there one thing that you were particularly wanting to have?
I got my mom a Tesla.
I mean, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Like that's a wonderful thing for you to do for your
Yeah,
mom.
I got one. Appreciate you. Thank you. No, I haven't really. I got a house.
I mean, that doesn't suck.
I got some new golf clubs. That's what
Okay.
I got some new golf clubs.
There was something that you would really wanted to do, and like
Yeah.
you said, I get that first check, I'm gonna go out and get myself some clothes.
Yeah, it wasn't crazy expensive, but I mean, it took a little bread.
Tyus is he loves sneakers, and so are you a sneakerhead, or not even a sneakerhead? Because I hate the term. Because I'm not a sneakerhead, but I love sneakers. I have a lot of sneakers. So did you start adding to your collection, or are you just kind of like, I just like a specific type of shoe?
Nah, I'm pretty generic when it comes to shoes. I wear the same cleats every game,
Generic.
for real. I don't even be changing my cleats every game.
What about regular sneakers when you walk down the street?
He be wearing some basic stuff.
What you wearing now?
I actually got some off-whites on tonight.
Yeah, let's dig
I
out
actually
some
got a little
off-whites.
But
something on
like,
tonight.
if
But
you see him I be noticing the kicks.
Is he like me? Like you're like I might have to just buy the man some shoes.
No, he ain't that bad. Like he'll buy him some shoes, but for the most part, he just come in comfortable. Like
Okay.
whatever he got, he just wearing.
So no Jordan 1s, basically. If we talking about comfort, you ain't wearing those.
I'm wearing Uggs.
Yeah, he wearing some
I have
Slides.
so much respect for this.
Yes.
So much respect.
I don't-
prison slides, everything. It don't matter what it is.
Crocs. I wear Crocs too. Yeah.
Has anyone walked up to you and just been like, bro, what are those?
Oh, all the time. All the time. Yeah, they especially walking into games, because I'll be wearing this to games. Like I just wear whatever. And so dudes, I walk in the locker room and all the guys be like, bro, you gotta change that. Like,
You're
you
in the
gotta do
league
something.
now, man. What we doing?
I'm like, I don't know. I came to play a football game, so I don't know what we're
Respect
doing.
that. Respect that. Y'all make some noise for Kyle Hamilton. We got to let Kyle get out of here. Tyus going to stick around for a third segment. Kyle, what can we plug for you, man? Social, anything like that you got going? I know you're not really doing the podcast anymore, but anything at all that we can plug for you?
I am. So this past season, I did for every interception the Ravens
the
got.
Y.
Yeah, I donated $1,000 for each interception. It's called Picks for Kids. Thank you, appreciate it. So donating to the Y here in Baltimore, just to help with after school programs, give kids a place to go after school. Their parents are busy. So anything helps over there, or any causes, just trying to help out families whose parents are working and kids don't have nowhere to go after school. So plug that. Just if you have anything to put towards that at any time that you can go over there and help out, just do that.
Well
Appreciate
done,
you.
man. Well
Thank you.
done. That is awesome. That's so great. All right, we come back in. Somebody got paid this week, and we got to talk about what the rules are for when somebody gets paid, like what they have to do, how that all works. We'll talk about that next. We are live at Guilford Hall Brewery. Pressbox 105.7 The Fan. It's the Tyus Bowser Show. 2, 1. Back out here for segment number 3 of the Tyus Bowser Show, Press Box and 105.7 Fan. We're at Guilford Hall Brewery in Station North. Rita and Glenn and your host, Tyus Bowser. This is appropriate for us to wind down the season this way.
Yeah.
Just the three of
Just
us,
the three
right?
of us.
Yeah, that's good. Man.
Thank you again to Kyle Hamilton, who was awesome, came out with us. Of course, want to remind everybody that you can still use the code TAILGATE and save $100 when you order your Ginsu Kamado grill. Go to ginsugrills.com right now. It is the perfect ceramic tailgate or home grill for searing, grilling, baking, and smoking just about anything. Again, ginsugrills.com. Tyus, Roquan got paid this week.
Understatement.
What are the, and by the way, I think we all support that, right?
Man,
You're a man who got paid. Maybe not like what he got paid.
I ain't
but
get paid what he got paid, but he got paid.
what's that do? Like, is there a residual effect, like in the locker room, like that you're just so happy for a dude when something like that happens?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely, man. Just number one, just his character and the type of man that he is, and how much pride that he takes in his work, the leader that he is, and just how well he gels with everyone, and how well he's able to communicate and just bring on a good vibe for this franchise, man. And I think he just fits well with this team, and and it shows on film. So I'm definitely happy for this guy, man. So happy that he got paid and got what he deserved, and looking forward to seeing him in purple and black for the next 5 years. So it's gonna
How
be
do you
good.
feel about, like, since he's been here, has it feels like from the outside looking in that he's embraced the culture very quickly, that he's, he's
it feels like he was supposed to be
he's
a
supposed to be
Raven
here from the
day one,
beginning,
right?
you know what I mean? And so, like, does that translate to you guys? It just feels like he's always been here, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, it's just about his character, man. I feel like for us as an organization, we pride ourselves on good character, good people who work hard, who does the right things, who's gonna be a leader, on and off the field, and that's just gonna help everyone be better. Whether they're a player, whether they're working upstairs, or whatever the case may be, just helping everyone feel good about themselves, and just bringing wins to this organization. So I'm happy to have him here, man, and I'm really happy for him. I really am.
It's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
it's amazing. He had an amazing 24 hours. You got to figure, right? Georgia won the national championship,
Oh, yeah.
and then he got all
He on
that
top of the
money.
world.
So he on top of the world right now. That's a double whammy for him. For sure.
Outside of his championship loss, but other than that,
Yeah. Well, hey.
he's talked about that a few times. But he's on the upside.
Yeah,
so he good.
yeah.
By the way, if Houston won a national championship, you totally celebrated like it was your own.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%. Like, you might even take credit for it in 20
Shoot,
years.
I'll be celebrating basketball too.
Right?
Every single way. I'm like,
number
I was
one.
part of that. You know what I'm saying?
right?
I helped this. I started this. You know what I'm saying?
Man, they should probably give you a ring if they win it all this year.
No.
I'm gonna start that campaign. You don't have to. I'll do it for you. I'll
Hey,
be
man,
your
do it, man.
give Tyus a ring.
Hey, I'm fine with it.
At that point, hopefully you'll have 2. At that point, hopefully there'll be a
Yes.
pair of rings.
Lord willing, man.
What are the rules when somebody gets paid? Is there
Like, do y'all make them take y'all out to dinner? Like, I know that that's a rookie thing, but like when somebody gets paid, is it like, I know you got it. You can take me to the Roots, Chris, and get me the $49 deal.
Shoot, he's gonna be in there with the group with Calais and Marcus Peters, where when we go out to eat, it's like, you got this, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't afford this, but I know you definitely can afford it.
So basically, you going to spend all this money on dinner and then say, I can't afford it, you pay it?
Nah, I ain't like that. I'll definitely help out if
Okay.
need be, but I know it ain't gonna hurt his pockets than me.
But there's like in golf, there's a tradition. If you hit a hole in one, you go back to the clubhouse and buy everybody drinks, right?
didn't know
like,
that.
That's the tradition. If you hit a hole in one, because it's kind of luck, right? Like you kind of pay it forward.
Hold on, you hit a home, you hit a hole in one, and you have to pay.
That is the tradition. If you hit a hole in one, you go back to the clubhouse.
What
and
about the
whoever-
people you with pay for you to get a drink?
No, because
you hit the hole in one.
But it's golf, man. It's goofy. It's not like the ball ever drops right down into the hole.
I'm
you
just
got
saying,
lucky. Like
you
gotta-
losing your money for doing something great.
Yeah, but you got to say you hit a hole in one, which is kind of a big deal, right?
But
Like,
you're paying for somebody else.
brother, there are so many traditions in golf that I
It's
can't.
so weird.
I know you're looking at me because I'm a white man, and I'm supposed to
it's-
say I am the
That's
spokesperson
that's
for the
definitely
game
not
of
the
golf.
case.
But I can't do that. I don't understand this sport.
I don't understand it too much. I played it a few times, but I didn't know about that one though.
It is a tradition. I'm saying, is it a known thing? Dude you got a contract. Was there like maybe I get my guys a watch or something? Like, is there anything like that exists? In football?
Yeah, of course. I think like when Judon was here and he was that franchise tag, like during Christmas he did something for the entire outside linebacker group, just getting us, gifts and stuff like that. So I feel like that's definitely a thing where, whether it's a defense or even like when Weddle was here, when we made the playoffs and he got that $1 million bonus.
That bonus, right?
He bought pretty much the whole defense a bottle of the Louis 13.
Ooh, that's expensive.
Like name stitched, name carved in there.
That's
like,
cool.
That was dope.
Like different stuff like that.
That's cool, man.
So look, now that Kyle's not here, did you make him pay for dinner?
Not yet, but
You gonna make him?
Yeah, we definitely gonna get him.
Not like they did that other kid that made it on social media. They tried to say he had to pay 100. Well, he came out and said that was an untrue number and that his teammates did help chip into the bill. But you gonna rack it up a little bit?
I know he's a DB, so I'm sure Marlon and all of those guys will take good care of him when it comes to stuff like that. We normally work within our linebacker group, D-line, so we normally come at the D-line.
But there's not a big, like, we've always thought there's a big rookie dinner at the beginning of the year that, like, everybody got to go to, and the rookies have to.
Well, kind of like how we've always done it is, like, by positions.
Okay.
So ever since I got here, it was always like a D-line, linebackers dinner, and then the DBs will have their own dinner, receivers have their own dinner, quarterbacks, things like that. But nothing to where the entire team is there, because I think only the few times that we've actually went out together as a full team was preseason.
And Halloween, right?
Yeah.
And then on
Yeah.
Halloween,
Yeah. So
By the way, there was a request that came in again. The same person that requested the first time did message me last week and said, I'm sorry, I've forgotten who it was, ask if now that the season's, our show's coming to a close, if you'd be willing to grace us with a little Vanessa Carlton. That request came in again. And you had said, like, maybe, before the year was over, maybe you would do that.
I still think about it.
Oh, man.
I still think about it, man.
I'll try.
I'm in playoff mode right now, so I'm trying to lock in.
sounds to me like we need to do another show in the near future.
Hey, if we win the Super Bowl, shit, I'll do it.
Y'all heard it.
I'll do it.
You heard him. All right.
Hey, we win
That's
that
a
Super Bowl. I
promise.
don't care.
That's a
I'm going all
promise.
out.
I love that. Hey, Maryland Vascular Specialists, their team of surgeons is Maryland's leaders in ethical arterial procedures. Tyus, I figured as we wind down the shows that we've done, unless, of course, you win the Super Bowl, in which case then we will do another show. I thought we might have some fun.
Okay.
Do a little team superlatives. You've been around these guys all year. You've gotten to know them. I want to give you a most likely to blank, and you tell me which of your teammates is most likely to fit this bill. All right?
All right.
All right? So, for example, most likely to be so convincing in an argument that you somehow end up switching to their side.
Yeah, who's the lawyer of the group?
The lawyer in the group, I'll probably say Marcus Peters.
Really?
Yes, I'll say Marcus Peters because you could have your own situation. Oh, that look good. But
Tyus just got a pizza. He's
That
really
look good.
excited about it.
But
We're
you
at
could be
Guilford Hall
talking-
Brewery, by the way.
yeah, but you could talk about something and then he might be totally wrong, and just the way he talks about it, how he interprets it, you'll just be like, I didn't think of it that way, like, and could be totally wrong. So I
Have
definitely.
you? Can you give us an example of something you've actually changed your mind about because of him?
I can't think
All right,
of that
all
right now.
All right, but that's good. That's good. That's what I was looking for. Rita, you want the next one?
All right, most likely to not be paying attention when you're when you're talking to them because they're in their phone.
Marlon Humphrey.
You know what?
I mean, he's the social media king over there.
Yeah.
It really does check out, doesn't it?
Yeah, like I could literally be like, "Hey, Marlon, and, and like you could already walk on and be like, "Did somebody just tap me?" I'd be like, "Yeah, that was me." "Oh, what's up?" And still be on his phone again.
Glenn, I can confirm this too because there's not a time that I've gone to facility,
Yeah.
like for media availability, and he's not on his phone.
No.
Like everybody else is like taking a shower. He is just sitting there on the phone like this.
I think this was the only one of these that I assumed I knew the answer for, by the way. Like,
It was the easiest answer you probably ever had to give.
doubt.
No, but in that situation, yes. But when you talk about like just sitting down on the phone doing nothing, it's definitely J.K. Dobbins. And I mentioned that to him, and it's a thing that he does now because I let him know, I'm like, bro, J.K., continue to do what you do, because when he's always done it, he go out there and ball out.
That's true.
100-yard rushes. I'm like, continue to be you, man. And he'd be like, make sure you keep that music going. But he'd be sitting in his locker for hours, like still have on the same clothes or just chilling. Everybody done already gone and left, and he's still chilling there.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah.
you're like, bro, all right, keep going. It's
Hey,
working.
keep doing
right?
it, man.
It's working.
I ain't gonna stop you.
You want to do the next one?
All right, this is a good one. Most likely to dramatically exaggerate a story they're telling. So who be lying in there?
Who be lying?
You know the type, like you were there for the story they're telling. You know how it went, but when they tell it,
They kind of,
they're adding a little bit more.
excuse some of the
Calais
facts.
Campbell.
Really?
Calais.
Nuh-uh.
Calais be just talking, and he'd be like, well, maybe it wasn't like that, but you know, it's just, I think it's just, I'd be like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You know, it wasn't, man, you know, I gotta add a little bit to it, man, you know? I'm like, nah, come on. Definitely Calais, man. He's
Most
funny.
likely to volunteer to let you eat them first if you all were stranded on a deserted island.
So who's the weirdo?
the most selfless. Like the person that is so selfless.
I was
that
wondering where you was going with that.
if everybody's, you know the type.
Because what I said is what you thought, wasn't it?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You know the type. This is the person who's like, guys, I understand. You can just go ahead and, I don't need 2 arms. You can have this one.
Like, my mind is messed up right now, so I'm trying to get back to reality. Can you repeat?
Can you repeat?
Just go to the next one, Rita. Just go to the
Yeah.
next
I
Okay,
gotta-
so I understood what Glenn was trying to do, but he's saying, who's the guy? Okay, this is what he's trying to say. Who's the guy that would take the shirt off of his back
That's
for you?
really what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
They're so selfless.
Oh,
You know, Glenn.
that's more-
Glenn was all over the place there.
Swear.
I would probably. Selfless.
All right, well,
I would probably. I'll probably put like Roquan, man.
really?
Yeah, that dude, like he'll look after you.
That's cool.
He always, yeah. I'll say him or like Justin Houston.
All right, Rita, try to
I
get
can
us
see
back
Justin
on track.
Houston for
Try to
sure.
get us back on
All
track.
right,
You-
let me get back on
Yeah.
track here. All right, so who's most likely to start a fight on your behalf? So who's bout it?
Marcus Peters.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Marcus Peters.
that
But,
one also,
but I think we all know
Yep,
that.
that one also
I
checks
feel,
out.
I feel like that translates to what we all think about him. So you got to give us somebody else.
Okay.
Because you already used Marcus Peters.
yeah, who would we be surprised by? Who's the
Yeah,
guy
that's a good
that we
question.
wouldn't know you want in your foxhole? Like,
I'll probably say like Justin Matabike.
Really?
Yeah, Justin Matabike. I'll probably say Zach Orr. Who else? We got some dudes, man.
We're
who
sending
like
them-
really about that life.
we're sending
Really
all of them
don't
after.
care. They really are.
We're gonna make sure they all walk up and shake
But I know
hands.
Marcus Peters is
Well,
the number
I
one.
think we all can agree
There's
that
no
we
doubt.
think Marcus Peters is the one that's going.
We're
You
sending-
know.
Something happened. He one of the first ones.
We're sending them to shake hands with Jackson Carmen before the game on Sunday. And then I'll give you the final one. Most likely to cry for no reason at all.
To cry for no
You know the
reason.
type that just gets emotional, right? Like for
Who
no
was crying
reason.
on Lion King?
Our guy John Miller admitted he was crying during Lion
See,
King.
I mean, you know, it happens.
Just crying for no reason. We ain't got nobody like that.
I feel like you're protecting somebody.
I'm
As he
serious.
should.
I
As
feel
he
like you're
should.
protecting
Crying for
somebody.
no reason?
Just is an emotional person, like somebody who would start telling you about how much they love you and they would get emotional about it. You know that type.
I probably wouldn't cry about it, but he'll definitely like.
Who's the I love you in the group? I love you, bro.
I'll probably say like Calais, Tristan Colon.
Okay.
I'll probably put me in there as well. I'll put me in there
That's
as well.
sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Hey, I love you, bro.
I love you too, man.
Glenn is definitely the I love you
Oh, yeah.
person. He will tell you every single time.
And I
I've
do. I
noticed
mean it.
I've noticed it too.
I do. I mean that. I love you. I appreciate. This show has been such a blessing.
It has.
Been fun.
Like,
Great, man.
I truly love coming out here and doing
Yeah.
this.
Appreciate it.
Are you about to cry?
He is.
I might. The man bought me shoes.
He did. Okay.
My wife
All
won't
right.
do that.
All right. I stand corrected. Go ahead and blink them back.
Hey, real talk. This we love doing this, man. We are so grateful that you came out and did another season with us. Hopefully, maybe you never know. 2023, we'll see. You never know how things go. We'd love for that to be the case. We want to thank everybody who came out all season long. We've had a great group of regulars that have been with us all season for the Tyus Bowser Show for 2 seasons in some cases. Jameson, we love you, buddy. Belinda, her family. We love everybody. Thank you. Of course, we love Miss Wanda. We know that. We love that. Tyus, thank you. Go get them on Sunday nights.
Yes, sir.
And then hopefully we'll do one more.
Most definitely.
Thank you to Pressbox. Thank you to Great 8's Memorabilia. Thank you to Guilford Hall Brewery. Thank you to Maryland Vascular Specialists, the Ginsu Kamado Grill. We really have enjoyed doing this all season long. And thank you to 105.7 The Fan for partnering with us. This has been the Tyus Bowser Show.